Hi there, I'm Ben Salisbury with the Salisbury Creative Group, and today we're going to talk about small winery marketing on a shoestring. Do you own or manage a small family winery? If so, you most likely have a need to make every dollar you spend on marketing go as far as it possibly can. If there's two things that a small winery has a shortage of, it's money and time. This article will show you how to do just that. You don't need to have a lot of resources to be resourceful. If there's one thing all small wineries have in common, it is limited resources to spend on marketing. In a typical winery operation, there's so many things that you could spend money on, it's hard to carve out the necessary funds for sales or marketing activities. Also common to all small wineries is there's a wide array of ways to spend the money. And the first step to optimizing these funds is to avoid certain high-cost, low-return options. Some of the biggest culprits of these high-cost, low-return options include paying distributors for new distribution incentives, paying for in-store tasting demos, wasting money on boosting posts. Once you reduce or halt these activities, you free up funds for tactics that provide a much bigger bang for the buck. And getting the most with the least is what this video's all about. If you want to accelerate your sales on a shoestring budget, there's no better, more cost-effective way than by leveraging technology. In fact, of all the things you could spend your money on, tech holds the biggest bang for the buck. It also will save you a lot of time. The strategies in this video are infinitely scalable, work 24/7, and cost very little to implement, especially when you compare it to some of the more common strategies for selling wine. In this video, I'm going to cover three main areas, and I'm going to be covering a lot of ground, so stick with me. The three main areas I'm going to be covering are your email marketing, your website, and your advertising. Tech and winemaking are often perceived as being very far apart from each other. It's easy to be passionate about growing grapes, making wine, and watching customers' faces light up when they taste your offerings. Technology is far less sexy. Here's the reality though. There are tens of thousands of wine brands competing for the same customer. And if you want to rise above the crowd, you'll need to unleash the awesome power of tech. This video will show you how to sort through this and put together a solid game plan. So let's talk about email marketing. Your email list is the point of the spear for revenue generation. First of all, you must accept, small wineries everywhere must accept, that their ability to sell more wine is in direct proportion to the size of their email list. Finding and attracting potential wine consumers and then enrolling them onto your email list is not only the best way to sell more wine, but it's also the most cost effective. According to a McKinsey study, and I'll put a link to this study in the description of this video, email remains a significantly more effective way to acquire customers than social media. Nearly 40 times that of Facebook and Twitter combined. Now, I want to help you evaluate your current email marketing strategy. And the way we're going to do this is I'm going to ask you 11 questions. I'm going to go really fast. You can pause this video. And also, if you want these 11 questions in writing, the content in this video is also in one of my latest blog posts. So I will put a link in the description, and you could always access the written version, the transcript, if you will, of this video. So here are the 11 questions. 1. Am I using the right software? Can it do all the things I need it to do? We're talking about automations, integrations, segmentation, and engagement reports. Number 2, what is my open rate? A healthy email marketing strategy should be between 30 and 50%. Most people settle for far less than that. This is a sign that I'm sending the right content to the right audience. Number 3, are there multiple places, forms on my website for people to join my list? Number 4, do my email sign-up forms require only first name and email address? This has a dramatic effect on your conversion rates. Number 5, am I providing compelling reasons to join my email list? Number 6, do I have an auto-response welcome email set up correctly that fires off automatically each time a new subscriber joins my list? Number 7, am I making effective use of lead magnets to continually and consistently grow my email list? Number 8, am I making use of automated nurture sequences for new subscribers, especially those that enrolled from my lead magnets? Number 9, do I regularly purge cold subscribers, unengaged subscribers from my email list? Number 10, am I fully leveraging click segmentation in order to segment my list according to interests? Number 11, do I have an effective strategy for sending out drip and email broadcasts? Now, if you cannot answer yes to all the questions above, the good news is it's not expensive to fix these things and will have a significant impact on your revenue once you do. If you're a small winery in a shoestring budget, you must move email marketing to the top of your strategy list because it's so effective and it's so inexpensive. Now let's talk about your website. I can't tell you how many bad websites I see out there where people are trying to sell wine online from these horrible websites. Look, this is the truth. You can no longer afford to have a mediocre website. The competition is just way too fierce. These buyers are not going to put up with your clunky, old school website. So if you haven't built a new website recently, and I know this video is about small winery marketing on a shoestring, I'm here to tell you, you don't need to spend a lot of money redoing your website. I can guarantee you this, though, if you keep operating with a crappy website, you're never going to reach your sales goals. So get a pen and paper out and figure out, if I spend X to get a brand new website that does everything I need it to do to sell more wine, how long is it going to take me to recover the cost? You'll never get there if you keep using the site you have. So to help you along and help you evaluate whether or not your site is doing the job or not, I've got a checklist of things to consider as you evaluate your current website. I'm going to put the checklist up here, and I'm going to talk about each of these things very briefly. So here's the checklist to evaluate your website. If you want a written copy of this checklist, just click on the link below, go to the blog post called Small Winery Marketing on a Shoestring, and you can get all this stuff in writing. For now, I just want to rip through this list fairly quickly. So the first on the checklist is your website optimized for mobile devices? Something like 60% of your visitors are going to be doing it on their phone. Is your content fresh? Does it take more than 3 seconds to load the pages? Site speed is so important. Are you leveraging basic SEO in order to rank well on Google? How high is your bounce rate? You should be aiming for 40 to 50%. Ideally, no more than 70. Are you using Google Analytics to track your bounce rate, your traffic, your engagement, and of course your content, who visits what content on your site? Is your website optimized for new subscribers, or is it nothing more than an electronic brochure? Is your website secure? Visitors must feel safe visiting your website. Are you leveraging effective calls to action? You need to make it as easy as possible for your visitors to know what the next step is they should take on your website. Is making a purchase on your website frictionless and easy to execute? And lastly, do you have a privacy policy on your website? Because you're going to need one in order to execute powerful lead generation tools from Facebook advertising. This is a reality check. The environment for selling wine online has become increasingly competitive since the pandemic. You got about 10 seconds from the time a visitor hits your website to decide whether or not they're going to stay. The margin of error is unbelievably slim. You cannot afford to operate in today's environment with a mediocre website. The good news is, as I said, this is much easier and much more affordable than it used to be. And while we're talking about marketing on a shoestring, this is essential. You can't do it. You cannot sell wine 24/7 online to an unlimited number of people around the country unless your website's set up properly. And avoid the temptation to do it yourself. I know there's a lot of out-of-the-box tools, and you can get online and build your own website. The problem is you're going to run into complications. Spend just a little bit more and build a proper WordPress website. Now, you can hire WordPress developers They're not very expensive. We could do it for you if you want to talk to us about it. This is going to allow you to build a beautiful website that's secure, easy to update, and a dream for consumers to shop. Once you have your email strategy in place and working properly, once you have a great website that's easy to shop and loads fast and is mobile friendly, it's time to turn your attention to driving more traffic so that you can get more website visitors and get more email subscribers. So let's talk about Facebook advertising and Facebook advertising done right. The amount of information and lack of knowledge about how to use social media to drive sales is staggering. And there's three main reasons for this. One is Facebook makes it very easy for you to do it wrong. Number two, what happens on your feed, or the place where you put your posts all the time, what happens on the feed is way different than what happens in your advertising, and you need to know how to optimize both. And number three, wineries tend to overestimate their ability to convert those social media fans and followers into paying customers. And so you must be able to make that distinction. Executed correctly, Facebook advertising, which includes Instagram, is one of the lowest cost, highest return ways to spend your sales or marketing dollars, but you've got to do it right. One of the reasons it's so effective is it's infinitely scalable and is incredibly powerful when you do it right. So your money goes a long way. Learning how to do Facebook advertising right is one of the best things you can do with your time and money when it comes to marketing your small winery. Yes, there is a learning curve, but it's so worth taking the time to learn the do's and don'ts. And once you learn it, you're going to be paid back for all that time you spent learning it, because this is going to transform your business from a revenue standpoint. Now, we can't go any further on the topic of Facebook and Instagram advertising without covering this. Don't touch that boost button. There's three main reasons why you should not waste money boosting posts. You know how this works. You create a nice post, you're proud of it, you want more people to see it, so you hit the boost post button. Bad idea, very bad idea. And here's the three reasons. One, almost every use of a push strategy is guaranteed to be a waste of money. Pushing things out to people is not going to help you. People don't like brands that are pushy. And this is reason alone not to do it. What's the alternative? The alternative is to use a pull strategy with real Facebook advertising and Instagram ads that draws people towards you. They want to learn more. Your Facebook advertising, your Instagram advertising has to be able to do this. It's the exact opposite of boosting a post and pushing things out. Number two reason not to boost posts is your content is just not targeted. Just pushing out a post to more people, which is typically friends of people who like your page, it assumes your friends drink wine and buy wine. And the statistics are against you on this. Something like 43% of adults drink wine. So you're right away, you're cutting your potential in half by trying to boost posts to people who don't even care about wine. And the numbers drop significantly when you factor in the frequency or lack thereof. The number of people who drink wine daily is very, very small compared to the general population, which is what you're doing with your boosted posts. The third reason you shouldn't boost a post is the level of intention is extremely low when people click on a boosted post. They might click on it, but they're never going to buy anything. They're just curious. So it's a little deceptive to see all these clicks and likes and shares on your boosted posts because their level of intention is really low. So this is just not a good idea. When you get into real Facebook advertising, which I'll talk about in a second, you can be very selective, highly targeted in who you attract. And so the actions that people are going to take are actions like purchasing the wine. So if the reason you want to boost a post is to reach more people, there's a much better way to reach more people, and one that converts those clicks into customers. Now let's briefly talk on the topic of how real Facebook advertising works. Now I won't have time in this video to teach you how to do it, but I'm going to put links in this post to some resources that you can take advantage of. Some are free, some are paid, but very inexpensive. So if you want more training on how to do this right, we've got you covered. Check out the links in the description of this video. So here's how real Facebook and Instagram advertising works. When a winery creates a business manager and an ad account for their business page on Facebook, they open up an entirely different world of powerful advertising tools, as opposed to simply boosting posts, which any idiot can do, and you don't need an ad account to do it. Thank you, Facebook. If your goal is to reach more qualified buyers and get them to take action, utilizing Facebook's full suite of tools is the only way to spend your hard-earned marketing dollars. The most powerful tools Facebook has for finding and attracting potential wine-drinking, wine-buying customers, those tools are reserved for those who go beyond simply boosting posts. And I'm going to give you, as I said, some links below that is a great place to start, a couple of great resources to get you started on this path. So number one, commit to not boosting posts anymore. Number two, commit to learning how to do this right. Hundreds of wineries, your competitors are doing it right now, and you can do it too. And with a little more instruction, you can do it way better than them. The reason learning to use real Facebook and Instagram advertising is so important is because you get a much bigger bang for your buck. So I know what you're thinking right now. Isn't this something I should outsource to an agency since they are the professionals? So I want to talk just a minute about whether or not outsourcing your Facebook and Instagram advertising is right for you. Look, no matter how you slice it, planning and executing real Facebook and Instagram ads is a complex endeavor. This is probably why so many small wineries outsource it to an agency. But what I want to cover for you today is how to tell if the agency is the right agency to do this with. And this checklist, yet another checklist, this checklist is going to save you a lot of time, money, and aggravation. So before you sign up with an agency, ask the following questions. First, does the agency know how to leverage Facebook lead ads? They either do or they don't. Do they know how to integrate opt-ins to your email software in order to trigger email nurture sequences? Do they understand and regularly practice testing for audiences, image, headlines, and ad copy? Do they know how to use custom audiences and lookalike audiences? Do they know how to leverage lead magnets? I'm going to put some links below for you to check out more information about lead magnets. Spend a few minutes studying up on this so that you'll know how to address this with a potential agency. Do they know how to set up pixels to track and optimize for various events like initiate checkout or abandon cart? Does this agency typically try to drive cold traffic to your website and use tactics like shop now, buy now? That's a sure sign you're going to be wasting a lot of money with them. Are they willing to be held accountable for sales and conversions and not just vanity metrics like likes, clicks, comments, shares, reach, and impressions? It's also very important to find out what other wineries they're advertising for so you can check out those ads and see if they look like ads, because ads that look like ads are pretty much worthless. You're just adding to the noise and you're wasting a lot of money. Now I'm going to share a very cool tool with you that most people don't know about. It's called Facebook's Ads Library tool. I'll put a link to how to access it in the description. This handy tool allows you to view any ads that are currently running on Facebook. This is like spying on your competitors. It's served up to you by Facebook. And ads that are too self-promoting and look like ads, I said, are a waste of money. So find out what other wineries the agency is doing advertising for. Go look at the ads and make sure that they don't look like ads or that they're not trying to sell people right out of the chute from the ad. Remember, as I said earlier, you use your advertising to draw people to your email list and you use email marketing to do the selling. Okay, so to close out this section on Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, I want to talk just a little bit about the difference between trying to build brand awareness and trying to sell wine. Building brand awareness is important, no doubt, but in order to move the needle on sales, wineries have to recognize that you use Facebook and Instagram to find people and attract them to you, get them to sign up to your email list, and then you use email marketing to sell to them. I know this is a big shift from the way a lot of people are doing it. And for those of you that use your email to send out newsletters and wine club pickups notices, you're not really leveraging email marketing the way you should. I have other resources that will help you get your head straight on that topic. So this is really counter to what most wineries use Facebook and Instagram for, but it's absolutely the difference between engagement and sales. And sales is what we're after. If you're going to spend money and time marketing your small winery, you want to get sales. Now remember, people don't go to Facebook and Instagram to shop or to conduct research. They go to these platforms to be entertained, to engage, connect with family and friends. While they're there, you can take advantage of this traffic by putting compelling ads, pull ads that draw them to you, offering something of value. With these type of ads put in front of customers, you can draw them to you, and the goal is to get them to join your email list. That's why your website needs to be optimized for enrolling new email subscribers, and your advertising needs to be optimized to get them there so that they can sign up for your email list. So let's wrap things up here. Small wineries can ill afford to waste money, that's for certain. So by not spending money on low return items and redirecting the limited funds where they can do the most good, which is revenue generation, you can stretch your marketing budget much farther. Small winery marketing can be complex, but it doesn't have to be. Focus on these big three things: your email marketing, your website, and your advertising, and you're going to do a lot better in terms of growing sales. Now, a lot of the conventional wisdom out there is just plain wrong, so be careful who you're listening to, because what used to work no longer works, and it's evolving every week. In order for a small winery to be a profitable business, you must keep up with the times, and technology is a big part of that. Now, if you want to go deeper on this subject and you're not sure how to get started, we have you covered at Salisbury Creative Group. I'm going to put a link in the description that will take you to our digital advertising page on our website, where you can get more resources, learn more about how all this works. You can also use it to schedule an appointment to talk to me or someone on my team. You may also want to take a look at our online course catalog, which has several great courses on how to get started with Facebook advertising, how to leverage lead ads, and all kinds of other great resources around tech for wine sales. So be sure to check that out. If you got value from this video, please give it a thumbs up, and we would love it if you subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.